Hello there and welcome back. My name is Ben Chapman and welcome to Monday Night Raw. This is the go home show for Payback. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. You have no clue how much it helps. It helps a lot. If you enjoy the content even more, make sure to subscribe so I can make sure that you get all of the latest videos straight into your notifications. Even use the bell if you want to know quicker. But we go on to this go home episode of Monday Night Raw, and we open up with the commentary team, but specifically without Nigel McGuinness. He is supposedly at home selling his injuries from last week, where of course he got taken out by the Rollins and the Messiah's disciples whilst they were trying to attack Samoa Joe. McGuinness got caught in the crossfire. Gets a 64, pretty good opener, and it was just to show that McGuinness isn't on commentary tonight. This is only 2 photos. We're going to go to our first match of the night, and it features John Cena on Raw. He is fighting Roderick Strong. He goes 13 minutes, just under 14, and Cena hits an attitude adjustment and picks up the win against Roderick. Roderick put up a good fight, got going for 14 minutes against Cena on Raw is pretty decent, to be honest. But you got to consider the overlying story. I guess a 78 rating, but it's the post-match segment which is interesting. We get a 72 segment as Ace Austin jumps the barricade while Cena's celebrating and starts beating down on Cena. Triple H comes out, walks down to ringside, and the entire era starts jumping Cena with Ace Austin. Triple H grabs the mic and says, "Hey Cena, you were confident against 4. You kept telling me you could beat all 4. Well, now there's 5 and me. So this Sunday, you are going to be fighting against Adam Cole, baby." It's going to be a one-on-one match. John Cena versus Adam Cole, the face of the future versus the face of the past. Good segment. It's a 72 rating. We then get a hype package from the New Element, and they're going to have next week whoever's tag champions this Sunday, whether it be the Mysterios or whether it be Andrade and Angel Garza, Zelina's team. Next Monday, you're coming face to face with a new element. And that new element will be the end of your title reign. Sets up the feud, not a feud, but a match. Next week it will be the New Element versus the Tag Champions in a title match. So it will be 2 title defenses in 2 nights. If Garza and Andrade win, and if Rey and Dominic win, they'll be defending it the night after they win it. Speaking of those 2 teams, they now go into a contract signing segment with Commissioner Adam Pearce. And they're pretty much talking. Pearce introduces them, and then it's Vega and Rey who do most of the talking, because the other guys aren't the best in commentary, but best at talking, but they're pretty decent. So everyone got a bit to say. And it was pretty much Zelina going and how that Andrade and Angel Garza will not fall to a team when one of the competitors has only wrestled less than 10 times. It's just not going to happen. Gets 79 rating. We're going to get a squash match as Finn Balor squashes Cal Bloom from NXT. He's one of the jobbers down there. He's a jobber for us now as well. He gets a 32 rating as a jobber. I'm not going to complain. Finn gets a 90. And after the match, of course, it's the go-home show. He's going to get jumped by Christian. Christian jumps Finn Balor, which means that this Sunday it's definitely confirmed. Finn Balor versus Christian. Who would win? We get a 6-woman tag match next. As Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair teams with Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott to take on #1 contender Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It's a pretty simple match. Everyone got really good ratings. Charlotte was the best of the bunch, with Belair being second actually, which is perfect because they're the singles feud. It's an 8-1, and in 12:46, Bianca Belair manages to pick Nia Jax up and hits a kiss of death on her. Good finish for a good match. And after the match, Charlotte jumps Bianca, beats her down, and ends up putting her through the announce table. Gets her up in a powerbomb position and puts her through the table with the commentators. There. Nobody gets in the way this time. They all stay out of the way. But that's important because next up, Nigel McGuinness is shown arriving at the venue, and Mauro Ranallo and Wade Barrett are confused. They don't quite know. They didn't expect to see Nigel at all today, but he's here. Gets a 67 rating for Nigel's arrival. We'll move on to the United States the television title match for today, as Bobby Lashley defeats Apollo Crews with a KO punch to make defense number 4 of his TV title. It's one of his matches for the TV title. It's a simple match, doesn't go too long, but it's not bad. Apollo has sort of fallen on the wayside under me because obviously I started this save with MVP as an official US champion apparently, rather than a unification match later, and Apollo has sort of been lost in the shuffle. But there is plans for Apollo soon. And after that match, MVP and Shelton Benjamin MVP grabs the mic and Shelton gets into the ring in his suit. And MVP issues 10 open challenges. Bobby Lashley has issued an open challenge every week for 4 weeks. Now he's going to issue 10 of them in one night. Because this Sunday, Bobby Lashley at Payback, he wants to defend his title. He doesn't want to be seen as a weak champion. He will hold his title. He will defend his title at every single event he is eligible to. Therefore, we need to find an actual contender for the pay-per-view rather than an open challenge. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a 10-person battle royale, but all of those slots are free for anyone. So come out here and show us what you've got. That goes to ad break. We come back to a hype package because Asuka is returning to Raw next week. First time she'll be on Raw since before SummerSlam. She said it's a bit of a leave of absence, but she's back. I've got a hype package, gets a 73 rating. Pretty good. And now we go to that Battle Royale as I run through the 10 contenders in it. It was Akam, Akira Tozawa, Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, Jinder Mahal, Mustafa Ali, Riddick Moss, and Titus O'Neil. It goes for 10 minutes, and Mustafa Ali wins, with the final 4 being Akam, Montez Ford, and Jinder. Pretty simple match. Jinder Mahal was the final elimination. Ali manages to get him over the top rope, and Ali will go on to face Bobby Lashley for the television title this Sunday at Payback. Drew McIntyre comes out to the ring to call out saying, Brock Lesnar, get out here. We need to go face to face. I'm not finished with you. And he gets a response from Paul Heyman, but no Brock, because Brock Lesnar's not here this week. He's not here at all. So you can't get Brock, and you're not going. And Brock will fight you at Payback. You know, it's what you want. Okay, Brock will be there on Sunday, and Brock will fight you at Payback. But sometimes you need to be careful what you wish for. Brock Lesnar knows you now. Brock Lesnar underestimated you at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar made a mistake. This Sunday, Brock Lesnar will make no such mistake, and you will be laid down for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Now the counting is specific because it obviously calls back to what McIntyre used to do before, when there was fans in the attendance before, where he used to count down to the Claymore. And that's what Heyman's just done. He just counted to the Clay. He's just counted. And as soon as he hits 3, he gets hit with a Claymore. McIntyre's boot clatters into Heyman's face. Heyman is left laying in the ring, and McIntyre grabs the mic and he stands over Heyman and just goes, "You know nothing. You don't know anything about how good I am," and just drops the mic on Heyman's body. It's a 100 rating because, of course, 2 amazing promos. We then go to our next segment, which it's a 4-way tag team top match. It's a 4-way elimination tag match. Well, no, it shouldn't be elimination. Why is it elimination? My mistake, I made a mistake. It shouldn't be elimination. It's 1 finish to a fall. Red Dragon pin Brendan Vink to pick up the win. But the teams in this match are Red Dragon, Kane and Big Show, because of Young Veterans, and Vink and Thorne. And the Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish pin Brendan Vink with a high-low and get a good win over, well, these are the main guys that you've got to worry about. And after the match, Kane and Big Show are not happy because they didn't get pinned, no matter what the game says. They shouldn't have been pinned, and they both hit a choke slam on a member of Red Dragon and lay them out. It's a new team just to add to the tag division. To be honest, I'm going to be brutally honest here. The tag division's kind of stacked at the moment, with the Mysterios currently in there, who, storyline aside, I'm going to not mention anything else. Andrade and Helgaza, the New Element, the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, Red Dragon, and now Kane and Big Show, and that's just on Raw. SmackDown is struggling a little bit more. We also got to think, teams which I didn't mention, Grizzled Young Veterans, Vink and Thorne, Murphy and Theory. There's so many teams. Then on SmackDown, when you've got Cesaro and Nakamura, the Motor City Machine Guns, the New Day when they come back, the Usos, the Lucha House Party. The tag division is very good right now, which in real life WWE somehow it really isn't. Doesn't make sense. But after, yes, Kane and Big Show attack Red Dragon. And then our main event match sees Kevin Owens, Ricochet and Drew McIntyre defeat Randy Orton, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy in 13 minutes 47 when Drew McIntyre pins Buddy Murphy with a Future Shock DDT. The match is good, building up to 3 matches at Payback. Ricochet versus Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe, not in this match. Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar, and Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Specifically, the guys who are fighting at Payback didn't have much interaction with each other. Like, Orton was fighting Ricochet and McIntyre, Rollins was fighting Owens and McIntyre, Murphy was fighting everyone. Murphy did a lot of the work in this match and lost it. He was the weakest performer though, apparently. 80 rating, and the main event segment is big. At least to me it's big. I hope it works to you guys. Nigel McGuinness jumps the barricade and starts attacking Austin Theory at ringside. Samoa Joe jumps the barricade with him and starts attacking Rollins and Murphy in the ring, and the two of them work together to lay out Rollins, Theory and Murphy in the ring, surrounded by McGuinness and Joe standing over them, and they just stare at each other over these piles of bodies. McGuinness and Joe stare at each other. Because if you hadn't worked out by the fact that McGuinness took a bump last week, McGuinness is cleared. McGuinness is getting back in the ring, and this Sunday, it's going to be announced after this show, it's going to be McGuinness versus Murphy at Payback on the pre-show. Yeah, this is going to be a pre-show match because I don't really want to put Buddy Murphy. He's great and all, but there's going to be a few matches on Sunday which are on the pre-show, and one of those matches, which I should point out, was actually on one of our pre-shows, and that is the fact that we are bringing back the Cruiserweight title to the main roster. The Cruiserweight title is going to become main roster staple again. And we're going to have the first crown the new champion this Sunday on the kickoff show, and it's going to be between Cedric Alexander and Grand Metalik. That should be interesting. Think of that as another one which was announced during the week building up to the pay-per-view rather than actually being announced on a show. It was confirmed on Sunday night. Here we get an 88, the weakest in a couple of weeks, but an 88 rating. It's never something I'm going to complain about. Some great storylines, in my opinion, a killer final angle, and I'd say that was a good show. Bye.